Okay, this is a good episode. It's a multidimensional one because it starts with me coaching Filip. So you're going to see our session as it unfolds. But what you're also going to notice is as the session unfolds, sometimes I'm taking a kind of meta perspective, because this coaching was actually part of a course, a training for mastery coaching. And so during the session, I'm going to be pausing and reflecting for the group and about the process for the training. And that's a good one for you, because you not only can be in the coaching with us and feel what transformational connection can be in a coaching context, and to feel this navigation we have on how to become more present as a leader, coach, person. And at the same time, you're going to get these meta reflections to help see kind of how I'm navigating and some of the nuances of this way of being with someone. And then in the second half of this podcast, I'm actually going to get coached by Filip. And that's really cool, because when he's coaching me, I can actually be with him in real time and support him as a coach. And so there's no better moment to support someone as a coach than actually as it's happening. So we get to work with the real things as they're happening. And that's not usually something we get the chance to do. Usually, like if you're a therapist or coach, you take your sessions to someone after you've done it, because of the boundary issues and stuff. But with Transformational Connection, because it's so based on this present moment relationship, we can actually I can play this double role where I'm receiving and I'm a client, but then I can come in and be coaches, and we train that capacity to switch context quickly, which I think is a leadership capacity. So you're going to see that in action in this episode. And then just to give you a bit of background of the course I was teaching then, it was on how to use the depth of knowledge that's available around developmental trauma, shock trauma, how past pain or very disruptive events can be stored or can still be having an impact on us in the moment. And if you've done practices like Transformational Connection, you know how much this can come up. Like when you're being present, you can really access parts of you that go into nervous system survival modes. So you can go into freeze, and you can go into a kind of fighting response or fleeing from what's happening. And so learning deeply how these things happen can be really supportive for our practice. But we also got to be careful, because at its essence, Transformational Connection is about us being present, aware, embodied in the moment, in immediacy. So we're really being present with each other, and we're not trying to take a model of what's happening and be like, okay, I'm going to work on your trauma, or that's, we don't have this kind of instrumental motivation, or we're not trying to make something happen. It's the essence of it is, can we really discover what's here as it's happening? And for those of you that have tried this, the transformation that's possible when we just allow our being and our presence to unfold itself, it's almost magical and more powerful than often our strategies and ways we're trying to fix ourselves and grow ourselves. So in this training, I was really bringing together like this intention of being present with others, and at the same time learning about developmental trauma. And the simple way, like the most powerful way I've seen to work with this, is to actually see that all like unresolved trauma is actually ways our our organism, our bodies have learned to suppress our life force. So our basic aliveness that lets us know what we're experiencing, lets us know what we're desiring, it gets suppressed or dissociated from through extreme events or difficult patterning, and so then we don't have access to our full aliveness. And so, as you'll see in this coaching, I'm exploring with Filip how we can get in touch with that life force right at the beginning of our coaching. We can invite our clients to experience that aliveness, that feeling they're longing for. And if that's already present, then we don't have to go searching for it and do anything. It's like it's already here. It can guide us from the inside. So yeah, I hope you enjoy going through this session and seeing the meta commentary, experiencing the coaching I'm doing as it's happening, and then also getting to witness me being circled by someone and revealing my inner process. Yeah, hope you enjoy. And yeah, you can bring whatever's alive for you. Yeah, what would you like to explore?
um yeah, I mean, what comes alive right now is like this embarrassment of like being in a situation like I was before in front of everyone, and kind of being with this some uncertainty on how to be in that situation. Yeah.
Mm. Yeah, and what's the heart's longing in that? Mm.
I think what struck me really, what you said a while ago in the group, that if we had no developmental trauma, it would be just, we would just be in presence without having to do any effort. And that kind of like, oh, because I think my heart's longing is to really simply be in the presence and just don't
Mm.
feel any of this pressure, like, oh, I need to do something right here.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so well, be willing to explore with you now, like what's currently challenging to be in that kind of presence and ease. How does that sound?
I've been like noticing lately that sometimes I'm in a situation which is complex, and I'm kind of making it feels like I'm almost like at the borderline of kind of being able to really like abstract me from all what's happening and have this holistic view. But yet there is some frustration because it feels like I'm almost there, but not fully. It seems like that this what's
Mm.
happening, the different realities kind of still have some grip on me. So
Mm.
like yeah, like some being close to switch to a different way of presence.
Mm.
Um, kind of seeing it almost happening, but not having the feeling I crossed the line.
So it sounds like this is the important topic for you. The like what's currently challenging in being in this awareness,
Yeah.
this presence. What's it like just acknowledging that? Just as and yeah, I'd like to explore what you've already brought. Notice you take a breath.
Yeah. What immediately came when you asked the question was like, I felt some relief actually. And I'm not able to say why, but yeah, it felt like some relief from sharing it with you.
And what's it like, yeah, experiencing that?
Actually, it does feel like a bit like dropping into the presence more with you.
Mm.
Like there was like some kind of landing a little bit like more here and something kind of going away. Yeah. Some of the pressure, I guess.
Yeah, and then to just do a little meta with you, and for if others watch this, is like in acknowledging, like finding your heart's longing, which you seem to access quite clearly. Like, oh yeah, I want, yeah, this sense of presence. That thing you said about presence resonated, and I loved that sense. And then yeah, I asked you if you wanted to explore it, and it seemed so alive that you started exploring it straight off the bat. And it was like, yeah, I get this meta awareness, and it feels like I'm close, and I almost just went with you because it was so alive already. But I just still had this instinct to like acknowledge with you that this really seemed like your heart's longing. And as I asked you that again, just like it really seems like this is your heart's longing. And then when you acknowledge it, you feel the aliveness of the thing you're wanting. So naming and then asking you what that was like gave that even more room. So now you're even saying like, oh yeah, I'm feeling the presence. So it's like we're starting from the actual feeling that you're wanting,
Hmm.
which is that sense of relief and yeah, being here, dropping down. Yeah, what's it like to hear all this? And yeah, as we go back into the coaching.
Yeah. I was kind of tracking it like in a way you seem to have kind of summarized what was going on. And I was kind of tracking it. And I became mostly like focused on, I had like a question. So if I get it right, what you are saying, that naming the heart's longing is kind of a tool to drop in more into the presence or
Yeah,
as a source of some relief.
and being in it together, like me hearing you and acknowledging it with you, being willing to be there with you, but also just exploring like what's currently challenging about it rather than trying to fix something or focus on you being better in some way. It's just, oh, let's see what's currently challenging about it.
Right. Yeah, that's interesting. I'm now actually tracking how you describe your role of a coach, and it kind of makes a lot of sense to me, as if I can like directly take that
Yeah.
teaching from you, and next
Yeah.
time I can like apply it.
Cool. What's it like to
Yeah.
see that?
I'm actually surprised how there seemed to be like quite a lot of clarity when I was just listening to what you were just saying. And it
Mm,
seemed like directly be landing in me, like, oh, yes, that's what you are doing as a coach.
mm.
And I'm kind of still with what you, when you stopped me before in front of the group, that I brought the empathy, which is kind of my natural tendency. But I could immediately see why you say it may not be the best or the most efficient way.
Yeah,
And what
it's
you are saying now is like, yeah, just
yeah, like it's
acknowledging what is there. Yeah.
yeah, like it's a powerful interpersonal capacity, and yeah, we're experiencing together now like this kind of being together in the exploration of what you most desire, like this sense of presence.
Yeah. Now hearing you, I'm actually becoming aware that there is a layer of pain, actually, because the desire of my heart to be there is so strong that kind
Mm.
of like whenever I realize I'm not fully there, it's kind of painful, like, you know.
Mm.
So I'm also aware of that.
Yeah, I notice something. It's like a thickness in my chest or around my heart.
Ah, Yeah. Interesting. I feel also like some more pressure on my chest on the
Mm.
surface. Like, hmm. Like it's like there's some desire in me to get rid of that pain. And at the same time, there's like an intuition, as long as it's there, it's just there. And it seems counterproductive to trying to get rid of it.
Mm.
Hmm.
Yeah, what's it like to see that now as we're exploring this?
I don't know. I think I read it as a kind of acknowledgement in me that the best way might be to surrender to whatever stage I am at. And like if that involves some kind of impatience or pain around exploring how I am in the present moment, then yeah, I just want to surrender to it.
Mm.
And if there is pain, then just be with the pain and not like run away from it.
Mm. I notice like a thickening in my throat and a slight sadness coming up.
Yeah, that resonates, the sadness. And yet it's strange because like I feel a lot of joy being here with you and being able to talk about these themes.
Mm.
But it seems, yeah, there is the layer of sadness is somewhere there. Mm.
And yeah, what's it like being here? You said it there was something that seemed, yeah, notice your breath, being able to
Yeah.
explore this. Yeah.
Ooh, yeah. I feel a lot of aliveness in my whole upper body, like some bubbles even like going, even like some feeling of
Mm.
cold and warm. Um, hmm. It's like I notice a desire in me like to focus more on you, like kind of sharpen my vision and like let all the noise be less important.
So is it like a kind of desire or longing to be even more in connection or like or just drawn?
That's a good question. I was just aware of this physical sensation and the feeling of the noise is going away. It seems more like it simply happened. Right? I was like not aware that it's my desire. It does make sense that that's
Yeah.
because that
But
resonates with the heart's longing that I named before.
yeah, but and it seems like something's maybe shifted where it doesn't feel like you're actively longing for something that's not here. Was you were starting to just experience more connection and
Yes. Hmm.
hmm.
I'm noticing what Sanya noted before that you seem to be really bright today, somehow light and yeah,
Well, I definitely
makes me happy to see.
feel a lot of presence being with you now. And I'd like to also, like I did before, just as we as we saw the longing and we acknowledged that together, and then I also outlined it, and so it that felt like it really resonated for you, so you could see it. So there seemed to be a lot of presence already in the process. And then as we settled into that and we started back into the coaching, you discovered the pain that you can experience. And then I noticed some pain as well. And that's also quite common if we go into the presence that we're longing for, or the ease, or connectedness is usually part of the heart's longing, it will help reveal the deeper layer of like why that's currently challenging. So it would
Mm.
make sense that it's challenging to really be present if there's like discomfort and pain there. And it seemed as we allowed that though, and we experienced that together, then it seemed like you had a kind of realization, like that you've probably had before, but it seemed to come from the inside of like, oh, actually, there doesn't seem, I actually just want to be with where I am, even if it is a bit uncomfortable yeah, I, I actually want that. And then as you kind of acknowledge that sense of wanting to be with yourself, it seemed then another layer of presence emerged, and you were suddenly like wanting to like finding yourself in deeper connection with me and hearing the sounds, and it's like a deeper regulation kind of emerged.
Mm.
And then let's go back in again and let's just see what emerges as we as this lens.
Yeah, I had a certain image like when I heard you what you were just saying. I don't know how to describe it, but it was like some kind of transparent layers of reality, and kind of we move through them, and there's always the
Mm.
next one and next one. It seems
Mm.
like, yeah, going deeper into the presence through it, like membranes or something.
It
Yeah.
seems like as you share that, I'm imagining as you become more present now, it's like you can start to see more subtle kind of reality, and just what you're sharing now. Imagine it just makes total sense to you, but it's like it's quite a kind of almost like a psychedelic like image.
Almost, yeah. It's like kind of some sharper awareness of the space we are in, and that there are different layers which are not like separated by a wall or something, but like some transparent kind of whale, or I don't know, like wheel. Yeah. Is that the right word? Like a membrane. Yeah. Mm. It
Mm.
was very subtle, but I just saw it like as if like following what you were describing, what we went through, or kind of like, yeah, moving through that.
Yeah, and
Mm.
what's it like for you to see that more subtle? Yeah.
I don't know. I have to breathe again. Like,
Yeah, I notice. Yeah, the breath. Mm.
mm, some sense of joy and lightness, and also like of the complexity. Like you seem to have said that like acknowledging the difficulties I have, and also the layer of pain, that actually that on its own helped to ease more myself into the presence.
I'm just messaging the group, but I'm yeah tracking you.
Yeah. So my sense is like that I can maybe be more in touch like with the value of really having the courage to be with what is, even if one of the layers maybe is less comfortable or something.
Mm. Yeah, so it seems like again that kind of realization of wanting to be with yourself as you are, as you're unfolding.
Yeah. Maybe like even kind of like realization, I don't need to be like Sean.
Mm.
It's
Mm.
like, yeah, I'm as I am. And from that place,
But yeah, and is that like a like you're realizing, oh, I was maybe putting pressure on myself to do the things that yeah, see Sean's cultivated in his practice.
Yeah, a little bit like, yeah, sitting in front of you. Oh, the big Sean, I somehow have to
Mm,
get it, what you are telling me. But it
mm,
seems now I can be more, also thanks to you, as you name it, like, yeah, it's like in my own process, I have my layers and they are necessary part of my way of being present.
mm.
Mm.
Well, I'm very much enjoying exploring with you, and we are kind of at the halfway point. We can keep going here. I wondered if you would, because it feels like we've kind of, yeah, surfed through the process with you. So, would you like to have a go yourself, or would you like to continue?
Yeah, I think I'm tempted to try, yes.
Great.
It's a little bit scary, but
Yeah,
I feel the aliveness of it, yes.
great. Well, yes. Well, thanks for the exploration and yeah, showing up in the coaching. It was, yeah, enjoyed that. And yeah,
Okay,
well, let's switch.
all right. Okay, Sean. So, what would you like to explore? What's your heart's longing?
Hmm. Yeah, I noticed feeling a little sadness and maybe even a slight, as I name it, like a shy kind of with subtle withdrawal. I think there's something. It makes sense that people are reflecting. I've got like a open energy because I've been doing a lot of practice being here in Portugal and immersing, and so and it's yeah, it's a beautiful setting, and so it makes sense in one way that I'm quite open, but in another way, I also feel quite impacted today by some of these challenges I've been in. And if
Mm.
yeah, and saying that, if I feel like what my heart's longing is, I think it's actually a sense of really being with myself in it, like a real sense of holding myself in the the difficulty I'm experiencing.
Mm. How is it to share the challenges that you're facing and how it impacts you?
It's not always easy for me to share my challenges, and yeah, yeah, there's some actually I can get in touch with this a way that it can be a bit scary.
Mm. Actually, yeah, I'm actually quite aware of the impact. The way how you openly share it is on
Mm,
me. Like it's kind of like actually, I feel like a relief. Oh, you are free to share the challenges that you are facing today, like including the money thing that you mentioned and stuff. And paradoxically, it has like a grounding effect on me. Like, oh,
mm.
like it's
And I want to share, like from the coaching point of view, this is really solid circling, like you're revealing and 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 sometimes that just feels like the flow. And that thing that I was pointing to is like the you could acknowledge with me what you hear the heart's longing as. And what I'm wondering is whether I actually have said the longing, because that it did feel nice to share that wanting a sense of really holding myself and caring, but that could actually still be a strategy to get what I truly want. I don't know. Maybe it is what I want, but it's but but I'm yeah. I just want to an option for you is to clarify the topic if you want, or if your instinct's just to keep following the like we are in the exploration. It's up to you. Yeah.
Hmm. Well, now I'm very intrigued when you said that actually that may have been just a strategy from
Yeah.
your side, like that there may be some deeper longing. Do you have the sense there is a deeper longing?
Well, when I shed really holding myself, it does resonate that what I've noticed from yeah, deepening this practice around developmental trauma, especially with this group. I think it was something I was aware of before, is just when I am feeling some kind of hurt or challenge, where it can feel hard to really give myself the space to feel it and feel like I'm really holding myself.
Hmm.
And so it feels nice to imagine that, like being able to deepen into that. But then I imagine I only want that so I can feel free and alive and energized. And yeah,
Yeah. Hmm. I could like can feel the intensity of that longing to be able to hold yourself in that challenging moment. Uh, and what I hear you are saying is that it's actually not always easy in that moment.
no, not in the same way that it's easy for me to be with others if I see them struggle. It's not quite as easy for me on myself.
Yeah. Now I really feel some kind of heaviness in my chest. And I believe that's because that resonates for me. That it's typically much more difficult for me to see the struggles in me than in others. But I'm also like touched by the way you describe it, and those are challenges you face today, and how it's not easy. But still, I've like my impression, my impact from you is like, you are quite light and spacious.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of intensity in my body as well. I do feel like a lot of space in one way and presence. I also feel like a density in my like a crunchy density, especially in my solar plexus. And yeah, and this subtle sense of withdraw, like it's very subtle, like I
Ah,
can imagine the little boy me like a bit scared and not able to kind of come out.
yeah. What I hear is that you may need like some more space. You don't want to be like straight in the challenge, but you want to be like at some distance from it. Or
Mm. It is, yeah, I'm more like with my experience, like There's a sense of really wanting to experience what's here.
Hmm. Right now.
But I'm curious about how I am being with myself, though. There is like a sense of wanting to be very still. That's my way often of being able to feel more of myself. But I'm like, yeah, wondering about that.
No. I wonder, like my sense of it is, and that maybe my projection, like that you said you want to be still in this moment, to be fully present, but there is, like, I imagine it like the after effect of those challenges you went through today, a kind of some vibrating energy that may feel like a bit distracting your stillness now, or does that
Yeah,
resonate?
well, what I would say, it's not so much like I want to be still. It's more I go to the stillness to help me try to feel more. But as I name that, I notice there's a little bit more movement now. Oh.
Ah, yeah. Now I felt some relief in my chest when you said that.
And we've got a few more minutes.
Hmm. I have this like joyful image that like we've been able to surf on many different waves in this time that we have together. Right.
Hmm.
And something touches me deeply about you sinking into the stillness and what you said about it. That's your way of trying to feel more.
Hmm. Yeah,
Like so. Mm.
what kind of touching? Yeah, were you just about to say?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, exactly. I think I was about to say that, like some kind of like appreciation for the subtlety of your way of being in connection, including like in connection with yourself.
I think the thing, can you sense any subtle way I might be judging my experience?
Well, when you said that you feel like that you are a little bit kind of subtly withdrawing, if I remember well, that felt like you put some judgment on it. That like, oh, you shouldn't be doing that because you should be here with me fully. But
Mhm.
actually, through what you revealed, it seems that's exactly your way of being even more present, if I understand it correctly.
I think the catching of, and this is where I'd say with it's important to have a hypothesis as a coach, and you want to be careful with it. Like you want to, if you can hold it in the back, because the thing you said at first, the observation actually resonated for me. So it was like it was. I agreed with you that I thought it was neutral, revealing the withdrawal, but actually there was a slight sense of not wanting that to be there. or believing that's a survival response, which I think there's some truth to it. But yeah, you naming it brought a bit of relaxation to that. And whether it is my way of being present or not, I'm not sure. So it's good to hold that as a hypothesis, but more
Not to
explore.
reveal it.
You might just check it out and like, oh, is that your way of being present?
Mm.
Or I imagine that's got something to do with the way you like to be, just more like you're exploring it than,
Then making a conclusion about it. Yeah.
yeah.
Mm.
Because we do have hypotheses, and it's good that you're aware of it. And but again, we want the experience of our client and ourselves to unfold bit by bit and keep surprising us usually.
Mm.
And it's just 45 seconds left, or 30 seconds left. So yeah, well, fun to play with you, Philip.
Yeah, fun to play with you, Sean. Thank you. I really appreciate it.